Well, good morning. It's February 14th now, so it's actually embarkation day for my Disney cruise. I'm just in my hotel. I'm now ready to get on the shuttle bus back to the airport and then onto the ground transfer to Port Canaveral to start the cruise. I got in about just a bit before midnight last night, so long day, which is why I didn't do much filming after that little look at the room. And because I pretty much watched Conan and then went straight to sleep for 6 hours or whatever. And now I'm all showered and refreshed and ready to go on this cruise. So my shuttle leaves in about 25 minutes. So I want to get down there in about 15. So I'm just going to finish my bottle of water and then I will be heading out. Let's do this.
Once back at the airport, the first task was to head down to the ground transportation area to check in with Disney Cruise Line ground transfers, close by to Magical Express, the similar but free service for Walt Disney World. Once I handed off my suitcase to be transported by truck and had shown my documentation at the check-in kiosk, I was straight on board the aircon coach that would be whisking me over to Port Canaveral. After a short wait, the coach had mostly filled up with guests and we were on our way out of Orlando International Airport and towards Port Canaveral and the waiting Disney Wonder.
Welcome aboard! You are about to set sail with Disney Cruise Line. On every ship, the magic of Disney is brought to life as you sail with us to one of our exciting destinations around the globe. Today, you may be traveling to the tropical paradise of the Bahamas or Caribbean. Maybe you're casting off to the awe-inspiring majesty of Alaska, or exploring the stunning heritage of Northern Europe or the Mediterranean. No matter your destination, there are amazing adventures waiting just for you.
The journey from MCO to Port Canaveral takes between 45 minutes and about an hour depending on traffic. Roads were relatively clear on this Thursday in mid-February, but I imagine traffic might be more of a concern during peak periods like summer. Large portions of the journey provide scenic views like these though, so it's unlikely to ever be an unpleasant journey unless the weather is particularly uncooperative. If you don't fancy looking out the window or are unwilling or unable to use the internet, as I was on this journey, Disney provides entertainment on the screens throughout the coach once the introduction has concluded, consisting of Disney trivia games, Disney cartoon packages, and so on. The screens themselves failed after a while in this particular coach, which the driver apologized for. However, the audio continued and it was sufficient to keep my mind occupied while I took in the views from the window. Before too long, we had made it to the Port Canaveral area and the Disney Wonder was within my sight for the first time. You can just see its distinctive red funnels poking up above the bushes, with a Carnival cruise ship's T-shaped funnel visible alongside. From here, the anticipation just kept on building as we drew nearer and nearer to the port, and with it, the Disney Wonder itself. In fact, the only time I took my eyes off it on purpose was to glance over and confirm that, wow, yes, you really can see Kennedy Space Center from here.
So on behalf of Disney Cruise Line, I hope that each and every one of you have a wonderful cruise aboard the Disney Wonder and just enjoy yourself. Have fun.
After some brief instructions, we hopped off the coach and proceeded into the terminal to clear security and proceed to check-in, where we received our all-important Key to the World cards. These are your tickets, stateroom key, charge card, and main dining assignment, all rolled into one. This was my first sight of the main dining rotation I would be on, and I was very pleased with my order. Triton's TR, Animator's Palette AP, and Tiana's Place TP, meaning dinner would improve each night. Also at check-in, we received the Voyage Navigator and that day's Daily Navigator. The Voyage Navigator provides general information on services and entertainment on your cruise. For example, the entertainment highlights on board the Disney Wonder were the Golden Mickeys on Thursday, Frozen, a musical spectacular on Friday, and Disney Dreams, an enchanted classic, not to be confused with the other Disney Dreams in Paris, on Saturday. The Daily Navigator provides more specific information about each day's entertainment offerings and activities, including a full schedule of what's going on, when, and where. Included in this first day is the mandatory guest assembly drill from 3:30 to 4:30. As is noted, all ship services are suspended during this time. This drill is to show guests where they must go in the unlikely event of a ship-wide emergency. Afterwards, also on the first day, was Mickey's Sail Away Deck Party, which had only recently debuted as the new embarkation party for Disney's Magic-class ships and the aforementioned Golden Mickey's show. The Golden Mickeys, like the other two shows performed at Walt Disney Theatre, had two performances in order to accommodate guests at both main dining seatings. As I was on the later seating, my showing was the earlier performance. Our featured variety act was a magician, which I was very happy about. Hector's Magic is a comedy magician, the best kind, from Spain, and would perform twice. Once in one of the smaller venues for adults only, but more importantly also in Walt Disney Theatre during our day in Nassau. The rest of the navigators provide additional information about ship services and explain activities and entertainment offerings in greater detail. The Daily Navigator also lists the drinks of the day, alcoholic and non-alcoholic cocktails offered with a one-day discount and a souvenir cup. After browsing the navigators, I wandered over to the scale model of the Disney Magic and walked all around, taking in the gorgeous design of the Magic-class ships. I had arrived quite early at the port, so the terminal wasn't especially busy for much of the time I was waiting. The waiting area is spacious and comfortable. There's also a viewing area where you can get up close and personal with the ship before boarding, so I went out to admire what was to become my home for the next few days, and ultimately my eternal home at sea, the Disney Wonder. As I headed back inside, someone else was entering the terminal too, so I jumped in line to finally say hello to Captain Mickey.
Yes, take that for a photo.
Captain Mickey? Wait, stay here for a long time.
Then I took a seat to wait a while and spent some more time browsing the navigators, as well as setting up my phone for the cruise, turning off basically any background data features so I could minimize data use on the metered connect-at-sea Wi-Fi internet. Access to the Disney Cruise Navigator app, which duplicates the daily navigators in digital form along with other features like onboard messaging, is free and unlimited. While I was waiting, more of the VIP crew came out to meet guests, and I caught sight of Sailor Pluto saying hi to some pals as I moved closer to the doors. Then, finally, they started calling for boarding. Guests receive a white card with their boarding group at check-in, and these are used to stagger boarding. My group was a few back, but closer to the first groups than the last, so I wasn't standing around too long before I was called forward to begin the adventure. After your Key to the World card is scanned, you can get your picture taken in front of the ship backdrop for your onboard photos package. As I was alone and not planning on buying the package, I decided to skip out on this in order to board faster. If you want to do that, you can. Some people feel like this is obligatory because you are directed straight to it, but you can simply choose to proceed to the hand washing station to sanitize your hands and then head on board instead.
What's your last name? What's your first name? Paul. Paul Douglas. Oh, got the full name there. I'm gonna introduce you. Ready?
Disney Wonder, please welcome aboard the Louvre family.
Disney Wonder, please welcome aboard the Avalos family.
Disney Wonder, please welcome aboard the Johnson family.
My first destination after making it on board the ship was obvious: Cabanas for the embarkation buffet lunch. I had skipped breakfast and any snacks in anticipation of this meal, which I ate out on the deck. It did not disappoint. I selected roast turkey, steak, chicken tenders, carrots, peas, sweet corn, mashed potatoes, broccoli, steak fries, and pasta with gravy and barbecue sauce. All absolutely delicious. Once I was done with lunch, I headed up to take a wander around the pool decks. That white structure way off in the distance there is the Kennedy Space Center. I told you it was visible from here. This is Aqualab, where little ones can have fun in the pool with experiments and activities designed by Donald Duck's nephews, Huey, Dewey, and Louie. Between the funnels is Goofy's pool, the general or family pool. This is also where you can find Funnel Vision, the big screen which plays Disney movies and trivia games like this one during the day. This area also hosts the deck parties like Sail Away and Pirates in the Caribbean. There's that Carnival ship we were seeing on the road here and while looking around from outside of Cabanas. It's the Carnival Liberty for those keeping track. The Wonder's iconic red funnels are emblazoned with the rather lovely Disney Cruise Line logo, which also features on the ship's flags. The funnels are red as a nod to Mickey Mouse. Disney Cruise Line colours are all inspired by Mickey, in fact. White, black, red and yellow. The line even received special dispensation to have its lifeboats in Mickey Mouse yellow instead of the standard orange. This is the Quiet Cove pool, home to the cafe of the same name and also Signals Bar. It's the adults only pool where grown-ups can unwind away from the kids. Right towards the fore of the pool deck, there are sports facilities for games like basketball and table tennis. You can also walk to the front of the deck for views of where the ship is headed. The small pool and decking area down there behind the Mickey icon are for the use of the ship's crew. After finishing up this wonder, I was heading to get an ice cream, but instead, my day was made by finding the first merchandise of the trip, the Mickey 90th birthday sipper. After basking in this victory for a while, our staterooms became available and I headed down to check mine out. Welcome to stateroom 6113, everybody. I'm on board and I'm in my room now. This is a standard inside cabin, so there's no porthole or veranda or anything, but I'm not exactly intending on hanging out looking at out at the sea in my room anyway, so no problem for me. Bed itself is a queen, so that's much bigger than my actual bed. And I have a sofa, which again I don't actually have a sofa at home, so everything's improving for me as far as I'm concerned. Mickey and baby Oscar have made themselves at home already. Touch the glasses. I brought the cup, and all these like wires and things are mine, but those glasses come with the room. Not this one though. I bought this, the Mickey sipper. I was terrified of not being able to get him when I go to the Magic Kingdom on Sunday. It's gotten my hopes up. And then I rounded a corner earlier looking for ice cream, and the place selling drinks right next to it had him. So I bought him straight away. I just went straight up to the crew member serving drinks and said, "What do I have to do to get one of these Mickey Mouses?" She was like, $20 and you get a drink with it. Sold. So he was he was bought immediately. The bridge view, if you like. Underneath, you have your fridge, which I haven't figured out how to open it. I don't know which side to pull. There you go. On the right. So just a little fridge to keep your drinks cold. Stick my head in there, and I can confirm you it is in fact cold. So it's not just some chiller screwing you over. On the door, you get information about the assembly station and whatnot. The room occupied here. 2 of them. If you are going to lie in. I didn't know this. There's a peephole which you can look through. And then here is the standard inside stateroom bathroom. So unlike the deluxe inside staterooms and some of the other ones, this does not have a split bathroom. Just one is fine with me. You get a shower in a small sunken bath, but you can cram in there and get a little soaking if you want. It's a nice little tag on these Disney Cruise Line trousers. Very nice. Steamboat Willie. Mickey Mouse. Little sink. Your H2O plus toiletry. Plenty more little hand towels. In terms of your power, so we've got wave phones, which are next to the TV, which you can use to call other staterooms and stuff while you're on the ship, and they can be used by crew members to give you messages. You've got hair dry power outlet, standard power outlets, and USB. Another power outlet under there, and as you can see, right inside. Same thing. There's the light for the switch for the main lab. Underneath, an extra power socket. Plugged into the power socket is your alarm clock, which has on it a couple of USB ports. So there's USB by the bed. I like this little runner on the bed. Very nice. Pillows look good. I've sat on the bed briefly and it is incredibly soft. I'm very excited to sleep in it. And then if you need it, you can shut off the sleeping area from the rest of the cabin for a little extra privacy if you've got more people sleeping in here. As well as this bunk bed portion coming down from the ceiling. The sofa itself pulls out to a bed too. That's a brief look around at the stateroom, and now I'm going to chill out for a little bit, and then I need to switch clothes at some point. So we'll probably do a transformation, because I need to put on my Disney mount, which is Mickey Mouse, obviously. Right there. Right there. Not an outfit though. Classic outfit. That outfit. So, see you in a bit.
Disney Wonder, for all you adults out there,
see ya. Game's all here. Let's go. You ready to party? Nope. Let's get it started 'cause we just can't wait. Let's go. If you're excited, let me hear you say, M-I-C, J-E-Y, F-O-U-S-E. That's me. It's good, 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 good time. It's good, 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 good time. To the east, yeah. To the west, yeah. Celebrate, yeah. Yeah. It's a good time. It's a good, 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 good time. Let's go. Disney Wonder. 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 All right, all you Mouseketeers, time to head up to your Triton wedding station. Subscribe! That was great! You folks are the best sailor wavers I've ever seen! Hey, you're right, Nikki!
Everybody is great!
Yeah, as we welcome to the stage your cruise director, Natalie! Thank you so much, everybody, and welcome aboard the glorious Disney Wonder, where we are getting ready right now to say farewell to Florida and hello to your Disney Cruise vacation. That means it's time to sound the ship's horn. Countdown from 5. Here we go! In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here are officially on vacation! And keep that round of applause going for Pluto, Goofy, Donald, and not forgetting Mickey and Minnie Mouse!
After Sailor Wave, we were officially underway, so I went to the fore of the ship to watch us pull out of Port Canaveral and take to the seas for our journey to Nassau in the Bahamas, where we would be arriving the following morning. While you watch the ship pull out, I'll briefly talk about the Golden Mickeys, as that's what occupied my time before the next thing you'll see. No photography is permitted during the Broadway-style shows, and since I would only get one chance to see each, I probably wouldn't have bothered anyway. I will show you inside the Walt Disney Theatre later on in the trip vlog though. The Golden Mickeys is a cute jukebox musical featuring classic Disney characters and songs whose narrative is tied to an award show, the titular Golden Mickeys, in much the same way as an episode of The Muppet Show is tied to the Muppets show within a show. It features some cool moments for big Disney geeks like myself, and the cast did a great job. This wasn't my favourite show of the three, but I'd put it in the middle. Others, including some friends of mine, would probably put it last, but honestly, all three shows are great, so these are marginal differences we're talking about anyway. After the show and a spot of shopping, which we'll get to later, it was time for dinner at Triton's. On Disney Cruise Line, although you rotate dining venue each night, your table and serving team stay the same. I was on a table of 6, but there was ultimately only 3 of us that night and every night. Myself and some sisters from Kentucky. They were very friendly and we had a great time each night between us and our exceptional serving team, who always ended our nights with a fun riddler game. My food choices at Triton's were conchiglie pasta with buttered lobster tossed in a tomato shrimp tarragon, grilled grain-fed sirloin steak with rice and garden vegetables, and the meal's highlight, the Grand Marnier soufflé for dessert. This soufflé is served with Grand Marnier creme anglaise and it is absolutely exquisite. This was a fantastic meal to end the first day with.
I am back from dinner at Triton's, which was great, especially the dessert. That souffle was amazing. And we've had turn down service. You can see my new navigator's waiting there. Some stuff about port shopping and a letter from my stateroom host, which I'll take a look at. And of course, the towel art. Just some kissing swans, because it's Valentine's Day. And because it's Valentine's Day, we've gotten a little you have my heart on a string, body wash infused buffer and polish. That's cute. Very nice. Piece of Ghirardelli chocolate. Ghirardelli? I don't know. I always thought it was Ghirardelli, but everyone says Ghirardelli. If you know how to actually pronounce this word, you comment, because I don't. Anyway, it's nice chocolate, and you get a piece. I don't think that's because of Valentine's Day. I think they just nicely do that. And look, a happy Valentine's Day card from Disney Cruise Line. The captain, officers, and crew wish you a happy Valentine's Day 2019 Disney Cruise Line. Ain't that cute? There's Mickey and me. Very nice. That's lovely to come back to. Well, I'm going to go check out the slider, have a look at the personal navigator for tomorrow, and then figure out what I'm going to do with the rest of my evening. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, I've been shopping. Captain Mickey is not joining the gang. There was some other stuff in this bag that you might have seen. So there's one item still in there because it's all wrapped up. That's a Christmas tree ornament. It's the ship in a bottle. I'll try and find one in the shop at some other point and just show you that, because I can't unwrap it. Don't want to have it. The other things I bought, apart from Mickey, you of course bought the Animator's palette knife, which is a lovely butter knife, shaped like a paintbrush. And this pin, this Disney Cruise Line pin, which is, as you can see, it says passport. If you open it up, inside, it's Mickey Mouse's passport. It's got all his details on it. It's a citizen of the world, born November 18, 1928. Burbank, California. And he's got all the stamps from the Disney cruise destinations: Port Canaveral, Key West, Nassau, Castaway Cay, St. John, and St. Thomas. So it turns out I was wrong about this letter. It's not from the stateroom house. It's actually from Princess Anna. It's a scavenger hunt, apparently. And also are on the cruise. I know they are because I'm going to go see them tomorrow. So she's not lying when she says that up here. But if you want to have a pause of the video and read that, you can. On the back, it has all the instructions and the place for your answers. So each clue leads you to a different location of the ship. That location, an image from Frozen will be nearby. Identify the location and symbol and write the answers on the lines below. Leave your complete answer sheet in your bed the morning after you finish the game to receive a special surprise from Princess Anna. Interesting.